y'all, welcome back to Summertime Tarot. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for joining me here today. If you don't know, my name is Summer, and today we have a special pick a card reading. This pick a card is specifically for what is your purpose here? What plan did your ancestors, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, the great spirit, God, whomever you believe and pray to, what did they come together and decide with your assistance, right? With your help, with your agreements, shall we say, that your purpose would be here on earth? What do they need you to be doing, right? That's what the focus is for today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We do have 3 piles. So the first pile, we're going to be picking from cards. So this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Alright, do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Pick this here card. Let's go ahead and get into your reading. So let's see what's going on here with pile 1. What is your purpose? So the first thing that's coming through is singing. So you may be someone who, it could be specific, like you're a singer, or you want to be a singer, you want to be a musician. But with that also, I get that you're someone who's supposed to like speak up and speak out, to share your voice, to share some messages here with us on earth. What's coming to my mind is sparkle. So I don't know if you've seen the movie, be it the original or the remake, but it gives me, you're supposed to be someone, or you are someone who maybe your family have been trying to guide you away from like your dreams, your goals, because they feel like it may be like unrealistic, or they had their own experience trying to follow their dreams, and it kind of made them fearful. So it's like you're supposed to, with this card here, it says, as above, so below, the past repeating itself, deeper understanding, lessons, receiving messages that are absolute. So you're a person here that's supposed to break some patterns, some cycles within your family. I'm hearing, I don't remember what this is from, but it's like nowhere to go, nothing to get. The last few lines are slipping my brain, but it's like you may be a very hardworking person, and I feel like it's important that you really pick your path, pick your direction, and stick to it, rather than like jutting back and forth, or like not making up your mind about what it is that you want to do, because it seems like whatever you put your focus in, you're going to work hard, so you're going to get it done. So why not put that energy, that focus into something that you really love, something that you're really called to do, okay? Let's go ahead and pull some bones out here. you, I'm getting like you, either you or like somebody, like you could come from a long line of like preachers or something, like preachers or spiritual practitioners. But I'm mainly getting like Christian preachers, pastors, that kind of thing. And so maybe some of you could actually, like, your family wants you to go in that direction, right? It could, and it may not be like pastors. It could be like you just come from a long line of something, maybe lawyers, doctors, soldiers, preachers, that kind of thing, and your family kind of wants you to move in that direction. But it's like the ancestors, the divine, have something else for you, and they're not really, they're kind of protecting you from going that route because there's something else for you. You get what I'm saying? They're saying whatever it is that you're being called to do, right? For most of you, I feel like this is something to do like creative, where you're using your gifts, your talents to like spark joy or bring happiness and good things to people, to bring knowledge or whatever it is to people in order to kind of elevate them to brighten their day in some way. They're saying you're going to have to really put in the work and put in the study for what it is that you are called to do, right? So if you want to be, I don't know, I'm seeing like drawing, like you want to draw, or you want to be like an artist, a visual artist, you're going to have to put in the time and the effort to grow that, right? Because I feel like for some of you, there may be like fear or doubt in your mind, in your heart, about what it is that you want to do. And they're saying the only way to kind of move past that is actually to be consistent and to put in the energy and the time and the effort into your craft in order to grow it, and in order to grow your confidence and your faith within yourself and within what it is you're called to do. Some of you here need to work on your patience here. Yeah. It seems like you may like kind of feel like you're kind of going around in circles. You're getting nowhere. And they're saying like it's not that you're not getting anywhere, it's that you're kind of going deeper into things. Does that make sense? Like the more you work, okay, nowhere to go, nothing to get. Oh, I wish I could get the last few lines. It's like about not kind of focusing so much on the outcome, but kind of just doing it to do it. You know what I mean? Like doing it because this is what you feel like you should be doing, rather than focusing on like, oh, I need to get to such and such in order to be successful, or I need people to see me as the next Basquiat in order for me to feel like I'm going to be a deserving or a good enough artist. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's not why you've been called to do that, right? It's something bigger than that. It's something big, like this. What you're doing, what your purpose is much bigger than you. Although it sucks to hear that sometimes. You know what I mean? But your purpose is bigger than you. You're called to do what you're called to do, not only for you, but like the people in your family, the people in your lineage, the people around you. And so you focusing on like, being the next Beyonce isn't going to, cut it. You have to do it because you love it. You have to do it because it's in your heart for you to do it. Hmm. Yeah. Some of you here may be afraid to kind of step into the spotlight, so to speak, to kind of put your gifts and your talents out there. It's not that you're not good enough, it's that you're kind of afraid of being exposed. Does that make sense? Like, and it's kind of stopping you from actually getting what you want or doing the things that you want. And so you need to like really focus on kind of healing through that. I feel like for most of you, this may actually go back to childhood, um, where you may have felt like you weren't good enough, or you weren't tough enough, you weren't strong enough, you weren't pretty enough, you weren't what everybody expected you to be. And because of that, you kind of closed yourself off, or you kind of hid in order to kind of preserve yourself. And it's time for you to move out of that and to step into this newfound kind of confidence and desire for more, desire to grow, to be a full expression of yourself, and to share with the world everything that you're meant to share. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what else here. This is kind of specific. What I'm getting for some of you, like, you may feel like your time has come and passed for you to do the things that you love. Almost like you kind of hit the curtain call. Like maybe you feel like you're too old, or to do the things that you want to do, or to fulfill your dreams. And they're saying no. Like, don't let that stop you. Continue to do the things that you love. You may have to like do it differently, but still do it. Yeah, because this is about you needing to move, like, to move beyond your own kind of expectations and your own thoughts about who you're supposed to be, what your life is supposed to look like. I feel like you kind of boxed yourself in. You kind of played it safe, even for some of you here. Maybe to, you know, provide yourself with more security, to maybe, you know, take care of your family, to just take care of yourself. But now it's time for you to move beyond that. Time for you to explore your possibilities so that you can grow. They're saying it's nothing but space and opportunity here. They're saying you're going to have to face your fears. You're going to have to feel the fear and do it anyway. That's the only way you're going to be able to get anywhere, you know. But if you continue to allow your fears to dictate how you're feeling, and then you allow your feelings to dictate what you do, you're just gonna, keep going in a circle. And it's time for you to break free of this cycle, these patterns, this circle that you're in, and to be open to a new reality. They're speaking on like some kind of fear about, how do I word this? They're speaking about like addictions here, right? So what I'm seeing is like gambling. I don't know if maybe you or someone within your family maybe struggles with gambling or something like that, and it's kind of caused you to play it safe here. Because you're afraid of like taking risks. So they're just saying to be practical, to make a plan, rather than just kind of going out and just doing anything and everything. So it's like it's important that you figure out what it is that you want, and they're saying scale it. Okay, scale it, man. Well, let's go ahead. Let's pull some cards here. I'm getting this image of like you feeding the younger generation. Like it's almost like whatever it is that you do, it kind of nourishes and uplifts those who come after you. And you may not even like think of it that way. Yeah, some of you here are kind of like called to be like healers. I'm right, and everybody's healing looks different. So for some of you, this could actually be like your spiritual practitioner, going back to like the preacher. You feel what I'm saying? But also get like cooks, like whatever it is that you make, that you do. It needs for you to be creative, but it also it feeds people, and kind of it teaches them, it grows them in a way, almost like whoever comes to you, they leave with a full belly, an open heart, and an open mind. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Alright. Yeah, I was talking talking about lawyers. That's funny. Yeah, because it's like you have a lot of people that look up to you who decide to do things because they see you do things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you inspire a lot of people here. And you're going to end up inspiring the younger generation, the generation that follows you. And I feel like for a lot of you, it may feel like a lot of pressure, you know what I'm saying? To kind of be perfect or to stay on the straight and narrow. But the message here is to really follow your path. And the only way for you to really to know that path is to really connect with yourself and to connect with the divine and to trust in the guidance that you're receiving, right? I feel like for most of you, right, you have a calling. You already know what it is that you want to do, but you may be having a hard time really stepping into it and like following through with it because you may be afraid that it's not going to turn out the way that you want, or it's not going to turn out as big or as successful as you want it to. But they're really saying what's really important is what's at the heart of why you're doing what you're doing, right? Do you want to like be a singer or a dancer or a cook or a healer because of the money, or do you actually want to heal people? Do you want to share love and positivity and good things with people? You know what I'm saying? You want to bring more good vibes to the world? If so, then that's more important than money. And that's what you need to focus on, because it will end up rewarding you and fulfilling you in a way that money can. And because of that, like because of you taking these steps, you're actually going to really help to improve the world, because you're really touching and uplifting and healing, you know, not only people within your age range, but the people that are coming up after you. So those, you know, like they say, the kids are the future, you know what I'm saying? So that's what's important here. They're telling you to really to not focus so much, right? It's kind of strange to say to not focus so much on like right now, but it's like when it comes to your purpose, going back to what I said earlier, it's much bigger than you. So it's like rather than focusing so much on like how things aren't working right now, like just really kind of, you know, what did I say? Scale it, right? Scale it to really start thinking about how this is going to affect not only you, but the generation after you, the generations, you know, 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line. And if you feel like it's really going to have a positive influence, it's going to have a positive effect on their lives, hey, do it. Okay? But that's all I have for you, Power One. Hopefully this helped you in some way. If it did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, if you're interested in booking a personal reading, the link is in the description box below. Right? I've enjoyed our time together. Hope to see you soon. Peace out. So, if you pick this here card, let's go ahead and see what's your purpose here. The first thing I'm seeing is kids. So some of you here, like you're really meant to be working with kids here. It gives me the vibe of like mentor, um, but also doing things that like within the community that help to provide safe and encouraging environments for the youth, for them to grow, for them to just experience childhood in a positive manner. Yeah, so some of you could actually maybe like be teachers or mentors, or you, like, I don't know, maybe work with nonprofits or something, like something to do with kids in the community. It almost gives, like, it gives me kind of Big Brother. Wait, is that what it's called? Like Big Brother? No, that's the show. What's it called? I don't know. Big Brother, Big Sister, something like that, where like you kind of you take care of a kid within your community and you kind of mentor them, that kind of thing. Yeah. Very much shifting or changing um, the idea of what kind of child and adult relationships are supposed to look like. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like a lot of us grew up with adults that felt like, a certain way, like they were supposed to treat us a certain way, and, we were supposed to treat them a certain way, but it feels like more so allowing children to experience something different, to feel more comfortable around adults, and rather than kind of perpetuating this kind of idea that children are just supposed to do whatever adults say, and to be at the whim or the beck and call of adults. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm making sense. Let me know if I'm making sense, man. But let's see here. Let's pull some bones out. Yeah, this is interesting. So it seems like you've been doing like a lot of your own internal work and healing, and because of this, your the way that you see um yeah, basically the way that you see things has changed. Your idea of certain relationships and certain partnerships has changed, it's shifted, and because of this, you're kind of bringing this new perspective to your community, to the world at large. Yeah, it's like you kind of feel empowered to take change. For some of you, this has to do with like your own children, like your own parenting style. You may be changing it from what you were brought up with, or I don't know how to word that. Yeah, the way that you're changing the way your parents did things. You're doing things differently than your parents. There we go. Because your idea of that parent-child relationship has changed. That adult-child relationship has changed. Yeah, it's like you want to bring more love, more kind of joy and happiness and fruitfulness to the world, and it's like you see that um, there's been like a lot of abuse, a lot of mistreatment, mishandlement of children and of just people in general. And it's like you have been kind of called to make that shift, to start changing things. For some of you, this has to do with your own kids. For others of you, this may actually be you're kind of being called to work within the community and maybe even just like the kids around you. Right? Yeah, the people in your community. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I'm hearing it ain't no hope for the youth. It ain't no hope for the future. What song is that? Mm. Yeah, for a lot of you, you're actually kind of being called to teach children spirituality. Does that make sense? Like, to implement or to teach children about the connect, like the divine. Teach children about their relationship with the Creator. Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah. And for others of you, this is kind of, yeah, you really want to like heal children. For some of you, like you could actually be like healers, and maybe you're working with helping people to heal their inner child. And to move past certain traumas and issues from childhood. Sorry, y'all, man. These ants is going crazy out here. Yeah. And for those of you who maybe you don't have kids yet, but you're considering having kids, I feel like this may be showing up for you as like you're really kind of being called to do the inner work in order to prepare yourself for um, the children or the life that you want to live. You know what I'm saying? The children you want to have, the life that you want to live, but that kind of calls for you to heal your own traumas, to heal your own issues from childhood. A lot of you may be even very much called to work with your ancestors here, right? We do have the warrior spirit, so it's like you maybe be called to really work with your spiritual team in order to kind of feel safe, yeah, and to kind of even go further into that by teaching people how to tap into their own inner power, their own connection with the divine, in order for them to create more safe spaces for themselves and for other people and within their homes, within their lives. You know what I'm saying?
Remember, I saw your guys' text message. Guess whose phone number they called at 7 whatever. Mine. I had a missed call. I don't get.
other song that I'm hearing is "It's the God in Me." Hey, that one's playing pretty strong in my head. Yeah, and this may be actually for like a select few of you here. I'm getting like some of you may be like comedians or something, or maybe you were like the class clown. So it's like you bring happiness and joy to people. It's almost like it's not gonna make sense when I say this, but it makes sense to me. It's like it's giving me Candyman vibes. Not to say like you're like kind of crazy and you got like a hook for an arm or nothing, but like you want to spread joy and happiness and laughter and smiles with people. So like for some of you, you may actually be like a comedian, or like you make candy, right? Because I'm seeing candy, like, or you're something like that. But let's go ahead and pull some cards here. Pull some cards. Yeah, and there may be here a male ancestor that's really guiding you. And they're really wanting you to really learn, right? To not take like shortcuts, but to really like learn whatever it is that you want to do. They're giving me real estate, so some of you may actually like want to get into real estate or something, or right, going back to that whole community thing. They want you to really to learn how to do the things that you want to do. Like if you're wanting to, I don't know, maybe run a group home, or make like some kind of community garden or something. They want you to really put in the time and the effort to learn how to do these things the right way. Because it seems, yeah, this ancestor may have actually dabbled in something similar while they were alive here, where they kind of took care of the youth, or maybe they did, gave out Christmas presents, or food during Thanksgiving, right? They were really a part of their community. So they're really wanting you to keep this going, but to do it the right way, where it can continue to thrive even after like you're gone. You know what I'm saying? All right. One more shuffle. Yeah. So it's what I'm getting is a lot of you here, you may actually feel very pressured. Like it's like you see what I'm hearing is, if you see something, say something. Like you may be having a hard time of kind of, because I feel like this change in your perspective, this change in the way that you see things has really affected you, but at the same time it's kind of made it a bit difficult for you, because you feel like you may feel like you don't know what to do, or you feel overwhelmed. And they're saying, to just really start small here, to start with what you can do. But also it's like about going back to what you may have experienced within your childhood. Maybe you felt like you were all alone. Yeah, you felt like you were all alone. You had no support. And actually, this purpose of yours is actually going to help you to heal your own inner child, because you're going to have to kind of let go of that fear of abandonment, that fear of like you don't have anybody to help you, to support you. They want you to be open to receiving the help and the assistance that you need to do what it is that you're called to do. They don't want you to be afraid to ask for help, to ask for assistance, to go to folks for knowledge, right? That you, if you don't know, ask. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to learn. Don't be afraid to basically be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us kind of have a fear of being seen as like stupid or not knowing anything. And it's like you just gotta start where you're at, and it's okay to not know something. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to want to learn and to. You gotta start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And for the women that are watching this, right? It's really important here. Like, it's start with the women around you, right? So start with like women's groups. Ask your sisters first. You feel what I'm saying? Because I feel like you may feel more safe um, around or within a community of your peers, within a community of like-minded women who may have even gone through similar situations. Right? Start there. Don't feel like you have to like go outside of um, what makes you feel safe. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I have for you, Pile 1. No, I'm sorry. Oh, wow. That's all I have for you, Pile 2. Hopefully this helped you in some way. If it did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, if you're interested in booking a personal reading, the link is in the description box below. Make sure you check that out so that you can book that reading, alright? But I truly appreciate you, and I've enjoyed our time here together. And I hope to see you soon. Peace out. You picked this card. Let's go ahead and see what's your message here. What is your purpose? The first thing that came through pretty quickly. The first thing that I'm getting is like you're meant to very much kind of go out and get knowledge and bring it back to your kinfolk. Does that make sense? It's like some of you may be like into history or your ancestry. You may be doing a lot of work like discovering or learning about where you come from, who you are, like your ancestors, right? And you're meant to be doing that, meant to be learning, and to gain knowledge so that you can share it with other people. But I feel like this is mainly to do with your ancestral traditions, but it may not be that for you. It could actually just be like what's going through my mind is like a preacher. Okay, that's been coming through a lot with these readings, preaching and being healers. Makes sense. But also I feel like this has to do with like deeper knowledge, like not just surface level stuff. It's almost like expanding people's minds, that kind of thing. Because it gives me the vibe like you're supposed to be shifting or changing the way that we do things here on Earth. Does that make sense? I feel like that's very. Let me try and explain this better. Like, take for instance how our reliance on money and certain businesses and government entities for the things that we need to live, right? It's almost like you're meant to be teaching us how to thrive and survive without those things. Getting back to our roots, getting back to the ways that our ancestors did things, bringing that back to the present. Okay, but let's go ahead and get the bones out here. Hold on. Let me drink some water. These bugs is crazy out here today, y'all. But that's neither here nor there. Lord, no. Go. Alright. Let me just take a pause. I might have to cut this out. Oh my gosh, bro. This. Go ahead now. Go ahead. Go ahead now. Oh, excuse me. Oh, seriously? It almost did it. Okay. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and get the bones out. It's still recording. Yeah, it's still going. Alright, wonderful. Okay, let us see. Yeah, I think you're very much aware of your ancestors. And you may be very like adept at picking up like signs and signals and synchronicities. Some of you could be readers here, diviners. Yeah, your ancestors really want you to take this this knowledge that you have, this awareness that you have of their traditional methods, the things that they did in order to connect with the divine and to understand signs and to really be connected with the earth, but also their traditions, right? When it comes to healing, their practices, they want you to bring that together and to work on like sharing that. Yeah. Because people are going to really need you here. They're going to need your knowledge. They're gonna need you and what it is that you do. So they're really wanting you to really kind of, what's it called? The only word that's coming to my mind is formulate. They're wanting you to put everything together that you learned. So they may actually want you to like make a course or to start teaching, to really figure out how you want to share this knowledge. I'm hearing the song Nothing's Gonna Harm You from Sweeney Todd. Yeah, so this has to do with you being like, some of you may actually like see spirits or like be very sensitive to spirits, especially negative spirits, that kind of thing. They're wanting you to really improve your skills when it comes to kind of eradicating. That's the word. These words that are coming to my brain are funny. To get rid of these spirits, to cleanse people, and to alleviate certain things from within them and within their lives. They're wanting you to improve your, like, to master it basically, so that you can better give it to people. Does that make sense? Like, bottle it up and sell it. That's what's coming to my mind. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired, y'all, so it's maybe coming out a little bit weird, but that's how it's coming to my brain. I'm doing my best here. Yeah, basically they're wanting you to bottle it up and to sell it, but not to really, like, not to focus on the money or anything, but to not be afraid to share your gifts, your talents, your knowledge with the world at large, right? Because you know some things, you're talented, you're gifted, so they want you to start actually sharing that. Yeah. Yeah, they're like, they showed me like this, how do I explain it? What's that? You know the story about the sword in the rock? That only one person can, like, is able to get out. It's like, that's what they're showing me. Like, they want you to really step into this role that they have for you, and to wield your sword responsibly, basically. You know what I'm saying? To take the knowledge, to take the wisdom, the gifts that they've given you, and to really show up for your people, basically. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I feel like some of you here, right, this could have been when you were younger, this could have been a past life. You felt like you had to hide your gifts, your talents, your knowledge, and they're saying that's not it anymore. It's time for you to really start using this, not only to better the world, but to really help yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For some of you, I feel like there's a fear here of being outed in some way, of people kind of shunning you, or putting you up on the chopping block because of what it is that you know. I feel like that may be showing up for you here, and that may be causing you to kind of not want to share, or feeling like you can't. They're talking about, like, people calling out for, or crying out, for what it is that you can give them. Like, they're really kind of hammering at the fact that there's people out here who need you, who need the knowledge that you have, who need the gifts and talents that you have. They're saying that your ancestors, you have ancestors who walk this path before you, who want to really support you and to help you, to guide you, and to give you a gift, to give you some some gifts here, some knowledge that you can share and that you can use for yourself as well. Yeah, some of you could be very much worried, like how can I, basically how can I do this thing that I'm called to do while also support myself? You know what I'm saying? And they're saying they want to help you to do that. So they want you to come to them. They want you to work with them. They want you to use the tools that you have in your arsenal to make this happen. Right? They're like, they're saying like, I taught you how to do this, so do it. Yeah, and they're also saying that they've been sending you signs and messages about this, but you've been avoiding it. Or you've been choosing not to see it. Let's go ahead and get some cards here. Yeah, they're saying it's time for you to get creative about how to do this, right? It's like you may be worried about how to make this happen, but it's time for you to get creative. It's time for you to really use what you got to get what you want. All right. So one more shuffle here. Yeah, they're also speaking about like your own inner, that's the only way I can think of saying it, your own inner demons that are keeping you from really going after this, really stepping into this calling, really stepping into your purpose. They're wanting you to use your tools to work through this. Okay. They're speaking about getting the word out here about what you can do. Yeah. Yeah, because it seems like there may be people who doubt your gifts, who doubt your knowledge, and they're saying I'm sorry, wow. That was very clear. They were like, I can show you better than I can tell you. So they're like, show people. Stop worrying about trying to convince people. Show them. And it starts with you. It starts with using your knowledge to really get yourself where it is that you want to be, to really start working things for yourself. And that's what's going to actually help you to get the clients, to get the people on your side, basically, to show people that you can do what you say you can do, or you can do these things, right? Because I feel like some of you may not even be telling people. So it's like, show them better than you can tell them, okay? Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to get people aware of you, but also like get the word out. Tell people why you not telling people what it is that you can do. Well, I can see why you're not telling them, but like, come on, you got this, right? It's like time for you to really have faith in yourself, but also to have faith in your team and have faith in your ancestors and what it is that they can do. Have faith in the divine. You feel what I'm saying? Stop doubting your purpose. Stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting your spiritual team. And really start showing up for yourself and putting in that work, using the knowledge and the tools that you have within your arsenal to make things happen. And then once you do, you'll be better able to like coach and teach people how to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And for some of you, this may not be like to do with like spiritual, like being a healer. For some of you, this could actually be like you want to be a coach, or you want to be a mentor, you want to be a teacher, you want to be do something, teach people something, guide people with something So it's time for you to really start utilizing that knowledge so that you can better share it, and so that people can better see what it is that you're speaking on. You know what I'm saying? Show them better than you can tell them. All right, but that's all I have for you, Pile 3. Hopefully this helped you in some way. If it did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, if you're interested in booking a personal reading, the link is in the description box below. I really enjoyed our time here together. Hopefully I'll get a chance to see you soon, but peace out.